afternoon. We are here today with Mayor Steve Benjamin from Columbia, South Carolina. Steve is the president of the U.S. Conference of Mayors and leading the charge on the new theme of the U.S. Conference, Innovation, Inclusion, and Infrastructure. Mayor Benjamin, welcome.
Well, glad to be here.
Yeah. Tell us what's going on, first of all, in Columbia, South Carolina.
Oh, well, in Columbia, we continue to see incredible growth and prosperity. We're still working hard to make sure we build a city for all people. Our vision for Columbia is to build the most talented, educated, and entrepreneurial city in America. And that starts every citizen at a time, working on infrastructure, working on harnessing the power of this innovation economy, and certainly working on building a city for all people, so inclusive policies that speak to human dignity and human value.
Yeah. Give us an example. What's your passion? Give us an example of one of those things that you're working on and leading.
Well, inclusion obviously to me is the most important. I love talking about infrastructure because infrastructure is the most nonpartisan issue in the world. Right. Every dollar we invest in infrastructure creates jobs. $1 billion creates 15,000 jobs. America has a major need for an infrastructure investment that ranges probably from $2 trillion to over $5 trillion. In our city alone, by the time I'm done with this term, we will have spent $1 billion on new infrastructure, water, sewer, stormwater infrastructure, to deal with these incredible wet weather events, to stop sanitary sewer overflows into our rivers, and giving our citizens 21st century infrastructure. That's a major issue across America, so I'm proud of these investments that we're making.
Tell us a little bit more about your experience here as president of the conference. I guess you're involved in almost every element of it this past week. What's your sense of things? I just editorially, I have a different sense that it's more collaborative. People are more excited about working together. What's your sense of this meeting?
You know, inclusion has to actually mean inclusion. It means that you've got to be inclusive, not of just different genders or religious or ethnic backgrounds or geography. It means you have to be open to different political thought. We've been aggressively making sure our Republican and independent mayors, our small city mayors, our metro mayors, that we're all speaking to the things that we believe makes us the greatest democratic nation in the history of the world. That when we work together, we can build a good, strong America for all citizens. So that is really, from the very opening press conference throughout this entire conference, I felt a really wonderful spirit in the room of everyone wanting to work together on any given issue. You'll have a legal pad, you'll have the 10 most important things to you and your family. I guarantee you can slide it to someone else, and 8 of those things are the same.
Absolutely.
So we're going to focus on those 8.
Yeah,
on the other 2, we'll allow democratic processes to work themselves out. We'll vote, and we'll have civil disagreement, and those. But we're going to focus on those 8 things that we might be struggling at. We're going to work to be good. On the 8 things that we're good at, we're going to work to be excellent, and we're going to do it together.
That's very exciting.
Oh, thank you.
Let me ask you about this, because one of the passions at Civic is about connecting city leaders to citizens and residents and tourists and everybody, the whole ecosystem of people involved in a city. So I'd like you to look at the Civic Waypoint. This is our version of another connection tool. It lets you understand how to get around a city on transit or any other kind of transportation. The city can customize the things to do in Columbia, the things that would attract visitors or attract millennials to come to the city. Obviously, you can also show city services that are going on, whether it's 311, 911, cameras and sensors to monitor what's going on in your city. What do you think of this idea?
Well, I think it's exciting. I mean, the reality is that as we try to harness all the incredible things that are happening in this innovation economy and focus on the ways in which we create places, a sense of place, and where citizens gather and share in the public domain. Right. Our citizens tend to be ahead of policymakers. They want these innovations. They want new wayfinding. They want access to information in a digital format. No, this is incredible. It's exciting.
Great. Well, we're happy for your liking it, and we'll be glad to talk to you about it later.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Benjamin.